Good evening, Pio Nation. I hope you're having a great Monday. My name is Matt Williamson, and you're watching Marietta College Esports. We missed you. So first of all, I apologize that we were not able to broadcast our match last Saturday. There were some circumstances that were beyond our control, and we were not able to stream our matches at the time. Just to give an idea of how things went, our Rocket League team went up against Tiffin University, and they won 3-0, so congratulations to our Rocket League team for that victory. That was actually enough to put them into a higher seed in the consolation bracket for the GLEC postseason tournament. They weren't able to make it to the actual premier playoffs, but there is still at least one more post-game match for the Rocket League team. And then our Overwatch team went up against a very good Ohio Northern team, and they did fall 0-3. Ohio Northern is really, really good right now in Overwatch, so it happens. But let's talk about tonight. So tonight, our Overwatch team is back, and they will be going up against Lourdes University. Now, you might be thinking, that sounds familiar. It should, because we played against Lourdes about a week ago. So last week, not yesterday, but the previous Sunday, we played against them as part of the Great Lakes Esports Conference regular season. Now we get to play them again as part of the NACE Overwatch Fall Cup. So, will the outcome be different? We'll find out. In the meantime, we'll go ahead and go over the starting lineup for the Pioneers as they're getting things set up in the lobby. So, playing tonight, we have here, let me double check the roster. So, at Tank, looks like we have freshman Tawa Salnitra Azadale back, as well as freshman Quentin Shields questionably. At DPS, well, I'm not so sure who's going to be DPS. I know we will have sophomore Caleb Bradley Shadow Dragon on DPS, and I'm pretty sure senior Ian Darling Brimstone will be on support, but I don't know whether it's going to be Neptune or Harmful Hades at DPS. In the past, Neptune has been playing some DPS for us, but so has Harmful Hades. So I don't know who's doing what, but I do know that junior Morgan White Poseidon is playing, as well as freshman Mason Flash Harmful Hades. We'll see who plays what role. But yeah, so this is part of the NACE Overwatch Fall Cup, and we're getting things set up in the lobby right now. So I'm going to make sure I have the audio good to go, so that way if they start, we won't have any sudden surprises. There we go. Audio should be good. You might not hear much right now because they're just in the lobby right now. I think Lourdes is actually waiting for one more person anyway. But this is going to be a best of 5. The first map will be Control, and it looks like it'll be Busan. I believe that is just part of how the this competition works. The first map is predetermined, which is Busan, and then after that, whoever loses will pick the following maps. The other announcement that I will go over real quick before I get onto Discord is because we will have Drayton Piper joining us in just a second to help with commentating the match. He's been doing a fantastic job with commentating some of our previous matches. So we'll have him join us in just a second here. But we'll just go over the schedule real quick if I can find the right scene. Nope, that's not the scene. Nope, that's not it either. Where did I put that? It's one of the little difficulties of having to switch over. But here we go. So this week is going to be what may be the last week of the fall season for our esports program. So tonight, as we see, we're playing against Lourdes in Overwatch at 8 o'clock, which is right now. Tomorrow, our Rocket League team will be playing against Muskingum University. That'll also be 8 o'clock. And then Thursday, our Overwatch team is back playing against Milwaukee School of Engineering at 8 o'clock. Friday, our Overwatch team plays again, this time Muskingum. So yes, we play Muskingum twice. And so that'll be Friday, 8 o'clock. And then Saturday begins the postseason play for the Great Lakes Esports Conference. So our Rocket League and Overwatch teams will be playing in the consolation brackets. So our Rocket League will start by playing against Ohio Northern at 11 a.m., followed by our Overwatch team have its rematch actually with Tiffin University at noon. And then the big match we've been waiting for, our League of Legends team will be playing against Trine University again as part of the Great Lakes Esports Conference official playoffs. So the Pioneers placed 4th overall in the season for League of Legends, and that was enough to advance them to the main playoffs. So if our League of Legends team plays against Trine, they will play against someone, I don't know who yet, the following Saturday for the conference championship. And of course, if our Overwatch and Rocket League teams win their matches too, they'll have at least one more match the following Saturday for the consolation brackets. But all right, so I'm going to go ahead and join Discord real quick because Drayton's there trying to figure out where is Matt. So let me hop in here real quick. All right. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, I can hear you and you can hear me, so that's good.
Yep.
Okay. So, I think looks like we're waiting for one more person from Lourdes, is that right?
I believe so.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking over here in the lobby. Yeah, it looks like everyone's just having a good time waiting. Alright, so I think everything here is good. Just make sure, I think I went over all the announcements I needed to go over. Just reminding everyone the schedule for this week. I mean, just the fact that our Overwatch team is going to have quite the gauntlet with 4 matches in 6 days. That's quite a bit.
Yep. A lot of matches coming up from Marietta, but I know that they're prepared.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, they've been working hard all season, so I mean, gotta give credit to the players. And we also got to give credit to our coach, Derek Games, as well. All right, looks like we're still waiting here. Okay, I should probably share the lobby so you can see. That would be a good idea.
That would be nice.
Yeah, that'd be good. Let me get that set up here. All right, there you go. You should be able to see it now.
Yep. Stream is just loading for me on Discord.
Mm-hmm. That's fine. We should have decent internet here. At least I would hope.
Yeah, I've been having some issues with Discord today, so it might be on my end.
I don't know. Sometimes I have... It's weird. Sometimes I have issues with Discord, but I think it's more with my ISP than Discord. I'll have to have a little talk with ISP with them later today. Yeah, so right now it just looks like everyone is just kind of chilling, waiting. Let me see anything in the NACE chat. Nothing in the NACE chat. And I don't think really any surprises from Lourdes. Oh, looks like the last person for Lourdes is here. But as we talked before in our last time that we played against him, that Lourdes has some very, very talented players. So it's definitely going to be an uphill battle for the Pioneers.
Yep, looks like we're entering Busan, the first map of the day. Control map here. So it looks like they're going to come out on city downtown segment of the map. We're just going to see what Marietta runs out here. They could run a horror composition. There's a lot of high ground here that horror can. The skybox is a lot higher than the main area that most characters can access. It's also a decent Widow map. However, it's kind of hard to get sites up point. You can get people as they're coming back. We're just going to see how Marietta approaches this map.
Yeah,
it's not practice maps, I know.
Yeah, the thing I was trying to figure out is who was going to be playing DPS, whether it was going to be Neptune or Harmful Hades, but it looks like Neptune's going to be on support, and like Hades will be on DPS.
Looks like Azadale is going to be on DPS. It's going to be Shadow Dragon, Azadale on DPS, questionably in Hades on the tanks, and Neptune and Brimstone on the support. Coming out from Lourdes, Majin, and Mango on tank, Biz and the Ned Nerb on DPS with Veliraptor and Minoki on the support roles.
Sorry,
very different compositions running out from both teams.
Yeah, I forgot about Azadale going DPS. He did that the last time he was in a match, so we'll see how well that goes. But yeah, very interesting comp here from Lourdes with an interesting dive composition. But then again, you have the pocket healer with the Mercy, but we'll see how it goes.
Biz takes down Neptune. Majin falls up on Brimstone. Marietta quickly down 2. As I say that, questionably falls. Shadow Dragon as well. Marietta gonna have to go with a reset here as Hades is wiped out as well. Azadale, the final one to fall for Marietta. Very quick team wipe there from Lourdes. Marietta gonna have to find something else. Neptune switching over to the Mercy as a mirror pick. It'll be interesting to see who Neptune's gonna be pocketing. Potentially the McCree Although, as I say that, it's going to be switching over to the Ashe. They're going to be mirroring the pocketed Ashe strat. So, Marietta coming out. Could potentially get a hit onto the Tracer, but he's very quickly healed up. Majin coming in with the Wrecking Ball, creating disruption in Marietta's backline. Gonna have to do something about that. Questionably not with his team that much, backing up a bit while he waits for his team to deal with things. Marietta kind of have to deal with this Wrecking Ball if they want to be able to push onto point with any sort of effect. Wrecking Ball just swinging into the back line as Minoki comes with a flank route, taking down Brimstone. The minefield coming out, Minoki finds another, as questionably Azadale and Shadow Dragon fall as well. Marietta gonna have to reset here again. Brimstone switching over to the Ana, gonna see if they can get a stun to try and deal with that Wrecking Ball in the sleep.
Yeah, just both Majin and Mango have really disrupted Marietta and prevented them getting very far. And we saw this the last time that they played Lourdes. They have to find a way to shut down Majin. Otherwise, it's going to be really difficult to be able to come back if they can't.
Switching away from the pocket, the Ashe strat, as Neptune goes over to the Lucio. Shadow Dragon onto the Junkrat. Neptune immediately falls, however, Hades falls shortly after. Pulse Bomb comes out from, I believe, Lourdes. Marietta getting swept up very quickly. A commitment of 2 ultimates there, both the DPS ults gone, however, almost 4 ultimates are going to be online. Biz finishing up Azadale there with a headshot. Marietta switching up their comp so much that they only really have 1 ultimate here. Neptune immediately falling, however, that's not what you want to see for Marietta. The Diva Bomb comes out and it doesn't matter as Marietta is unable to touch ultimately. Kind of concerning there from Marietta, unable to really get any sort of momentum there, as every time they thought they switched up their comp to what was going to work, it just immediately got picked off and they had to reset again. Marietta going to have to come out with something new here.
They have to find an answer to that Diva Wrecking Ball combo. They're just... Logic is able to just go in, infiltrate, disrupt, and just get out. He didn't go down at all during that round, so Marietta needs to find a way to stun him and then shut him down.
Yeah, I don't believe Marietta had a single elim there. I don't think I saw anybody on the side of Lourdes falling, so Lourdes coming out with a very strong presence here on the first point of the map.
I think you're
Going
right.
with the May composition here, a lot of stuns coming out with the Roadhog with his hook, the Ana with the Sleep Dart, the Junkrat trap, the May freezing, the Ana or the Brigitte stun, Shield Bash. Marietta going full into committing on this ball, and they immediately punish Majin for getting too close to their composition. First elim from Marietta, I believe.
That's
Marietta
exactly what they
starting
need.
off better. The anti comes in onto the Diva, and the defense matrix is not going to be able to eat the Monkey Beam. However, it doesn't seem to matter too much. Marietta 2 falling off the map as 2 others have fallen. Marietta had a very good start to that fight, but Majin can get back to the fight so quickly. Wrecking Ball, one of the most mobile characters in the game, and Marietta is team way.
Yeah, they took him down, but he does not stay down for long, so they have to be able to stay on him every time he pops up, and they just let him do his own thing, and he was able to take out half the team by himself.
And Majin getting very aggressive, holding at that front door, is going to fall back here. A big pick off, taking down Azadale to May, one of the most consistent stuns, because if the ball doesn't get frozen, at the very least he's slowed down quite a bit, and that can lead to easier stuns from the rest of the team. So losing the May here early is not good for Marietta. Going to make a quick rotation to the left side while Azadale rejoins his team. Marietta coming up onto this left high ground immediately. However, Shadow Dragon is taken down by Biz. Majin is going to be able to potentially be traded here. So an even fight so far. However, with Brimstone falling, it's not looking that good for Marietta. Riptire comes out, is going to find the second healer. So Marietta now with no healers don't really have an option to fight here. Just trying to get out of the fight as quickly as possible so they can all regroup.
Yeah, it's just well coordinated by Lourdes by using the Riptire and the Transcendence at the same time, just to make sure that no one from Lourdes would fall while they're able to take out the rest of the team.
Yep, 4 ults coming online here for Lourdes. Marietta has a couple of their own here coming up on 5. The only one that they're not going to have is the Riptire. Trying to deal with this Wrecking Ball, is going to be able to get away. The Bob comes out immediately, questionably cut off by his own Ice Wall. The Ice Wall will fall, however. The Diva Bomb comes in. Marietta with not really much to block it. However, they aren't going to fall. They're not going to lose anybody to it. Bob's still out. He is going to go away now. The rally and the nano boost come out. Azadel falling low with his Blizzard, one of the most impactful ultimates in the game. The ultimates coming out from Lourdes, and they're just able to get more value out of it as both tanks fall for Marietta. This is going to be another 100-0, it seems. As Shadow Dragon and Neptune fall, there's not really anybody in position to touch. Azadel throws out the Desperation Blizzard, but if he's not able to touch, it's not going to matter for much. He's unable to touch, and Lourdes takes a dominating one map lead with two 100-0s. Not even able to see the final map here.
Play of the game.
Play of the game coming out from the Zenyatta. Not a very common sight, but when you're hitting those shots on Zenyatta, that's an absolutely insane angle that he took there. Takes it twice, is not punished after the first time, is able to get another pick off of that. So a very dominant performance. Brimstone was the only one with a card for Marietta.
Yeah, it's just a very strong performance by Lourdes, and we can't say we're surprised, but just how good Lourdes is.
Yep, Lourdes one of the best teams in the GLAC as well as in NACE. So not really surprising. So it looks like Marietta gonna have their pick of a map here for this second round. I believe it's Escort, although it could be different because it is NACE. It looks like Marietta believes it's Assault. So gonna be interesting to see what is actually the map type here.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember which one it is because I think, yeah, because both NACE and GLAC use different map rotations. Which is odd, because I think they were trying to come up with the map rotations based on Overwatch. I don't know if they changed that anytime during the seasons, but it is what it is. So we'll see.
In Overwatch, I believe it's a random of the 3 non-control map types, but it's looking like Majin is confirming that it's going to be Escort, so they're wanting the defense first. Lourdes are. So Marietta going to have to come out with a good offense here if they want to be able to make this match go along.
Which makes sense, because if they're able to hold Marietta off, even getting the first point, then it won't take much for Lourdes to be able to secure that map. So I think playing defensive first is a pretty solid strategy if you can hold it, and Lourdes feels very confident that they can do that.
Yeah, very... Just trying to make this match end as quickly as possible. Can't say I blame them. It's kind of gets boring playing a team that you're just going with a full attack through and then just waiting to see what they can do. So trying to limit how much time they have to actually work on the offense.
Yeah, so they're confirming it's Escort. So we'll see what Mary decides to go with for their Escort. In the past, they've gone with... Oh, they're going to go Junkertown. Interesting.
Junkertown is a very Widow dominant map. Probably going to be seeing Neptune switch over to the Widowmaker if I had to guess here. A very interesting map to pick. Marietta has not picked this map yet this season, I believe. So going on to this Junkertown map is going to be very interesting. Could see Azadel picking up that sniper rifle as well. Very interesting to see which one they go with on the Widowmaker. It's kind of the default here should be to pick a Widowmaker for both sides. Really is. Widowmaker is just so dominant on this, especially on this first point. The really long sight lines. You have so many different angles to go from. You can go out any door with a clear sight line, even the right door. The right door, I often like to. There's a perfect sight line to where enemy autos usually stay, and you can get a perfectly lined up headshot before the doors even open up, and it's just a very big opening pick. Looking like Biz is going to be the one on the Widowmaker here for Lourdes. Marietta not showing a Widowmaker of their own, but they do have 30 seconds to change up their composition, so it doesn't really mean much what they're running here right now. Although they could be going for more dive-oriented strat, as we are seeing the Winston and the Diva, same composition essentially in the tanks and heals for Lourdes. Marietta switching things up a bit.
Yeah, we do see Neptune is staying on support as Zenyatta, so it doesn't look like we're going to see him on Widowmaker.
Yeah, Marietta gonna Interesting to see how the double sniper strat is coming out from Lourdes, the Hanzo as well. Merida sticking with what they've got here. Azrael falling low quickly. Gonna be interesting to see how things go. Shadow Dragon on the Echo, a pocket pick for him. I've been working on that character a lot, especially with the Mercy. It could be interesting to see how those two work together, if they run it like a pharmacy. Although, as I say that, both parts of the composition fall, and Hades is quick to follow afterwards. Questionably immediately shredded 250 HP to 0. Taken out of his mech and immediately picked off. Shadow Dragon going over to the Soldier. Very interesting to see. Biz already has his Infrasights. That is an insanely quick build-up. That's less than 40 seconds for Infrasights. He must have been clicking a lot of heads there. Potentially on the tanks just to get that ult charge. Shadow Dragon coming out with the Soldier, trying to create some space, pressure on the Hanzo. But with that Mercy pocketing, it's going to be hard for any of that damage to stick, especially with the control of sightlines that they're working with.
Yeah, it looks like all we can do is just forcing their retreat a little bit, but Mary's not going to get very far. Magic is able to take out Neptune, and even more is starting to fall. Neptune does get rezzed by Brimstone,
yep,
but this is going to
immediately pops his ultimate. Shadow Dragon is going to able to trade out a tank, but is immediately taken out by Biz. Biz with a 2K there with body shots. Merida trying to get something here. The Battle Mercy coming out from Brimstone. He's able to find a pick nearly, but is quickly taken out by the Widowmaker in return. Merida quickly falling here. Every time they get a pick, 2 more come out from Lourdes, and they're not able to build up any momentum. Shadow Dragon potentially switching here, gonna stick with the pick here. Mango is out of his mech, so that's a very big pick from Marietta. Another Infrasights come out. It's 2-0 in just under 2 minutes. Very fast build up there from Biz. Merida gonna have to respond, playing safe. Maja gets discorded, is quickly taken down to half health, but there's not gonna be much follow-up after that. Questionably taken out of mech very early on in the fight. EMP comes out from Azrael, but it's not looking like there's gonna be much follow-up. Is able to take down one, but the Dragons and the Minefield comes out from Lourdes. Now it's going to be a game of Minesweeper for Marietta, as they're also getting shot at as Questionably and Hades fall very quickly. Marietta trying to get something done here, but again, another one falls, and there's not really much they can do here. They're coming up on 3 or 4 ultimates of their own, but they just aren't able to get any momentum going here.
Yeah, it just seemed like when they used that EMP, maybe it was just used as a reaction because there really wasn't any follow-up with it. No one really, I think one of it went down, but there was just not a lot of coordination with that EMP. But as you said, 3 ults are up, so we'll see if the Pioneers are able to make a play with that combo.
Yeah, still surprising that they're not gonna. They're switching. They're not really making counter picks to the snipers that are tearing up their backline. Instead, they're just going with. Other than Azrael on the Sombra, which can tear apart sniper lines, but it doesn't seem to be getting much done here. Merida quickly losing 2 there. Gonna have to find something quickly. Minoki with another big pickoff. This Zenyatta is acting essentially as a 3rd DPS, and Neptune just doesn't have the space or the time to really get that sort of value. Merida only 30 meters down the course, and there's less than 30 seconds left. 4 ultimates online for Lourdes, matched by Marietta's 4. But the value that have been coming out from Lourdes ultimate are just so much greater. The Infrasights coming out gonna make Azrael's life very difficult. Dragons coming out into that room where all of Maritta's members are forced to pop Transcendence, but Shadow Dragon does fall regardless, followed up by Brimstone. Merida not able to sustain here. A 4K from the Hanzo. Merida able to get one with the Diva Bomb, but is quickly rezzed up. Not able to get any sort of value off their ultimates. The immediate pickoff onto the big potential visor from Marietta. Biz clicking heads. This DPS just tearing apart Marietta. Very questionable decision to go with Junkertown if they're not going to run a sniper. Absolutely no ranged characters. I mean, Soldier can get some range, but he's most effective in that close range. Just unable to get much value. Stopped 30 meters after the spawn doors. Marietta gonna have to come out with an insane defense here. That's barely any movement that Marietta created there.
Yeah, the problem there was, I mean, the Wrecking Ball was a threat, the Diva was a threat, the Widowmaker was a threat, the Hanzo was a threat. I mean, how do you, I mean, use the strategies, you go after the main threat and take them down, but what do you do when 4 members of one team are all main threats? As you try to take one down, you have 3 others that are ganging up on you, and that's exactly what Lourdes did.
Not to mention then Zenyatta, the killing machine of Minoki, just tearing Marietta apart every time they thought they had an opportunity to do something. Marietta gonna have to make an incredible defense.
Yeah.
It's very surprising that Marietta would pick such a dominant sniper map and then not run any snipers. If this was Lourdes' pick, it would make a lot more sense as to what was happening. Azadel going over to the Hanzo now. Hades still has not picked a character. Gonna go with a monkey Rhine composition with the McCree, Ana, and Moira. Pretty much the same composition gonna be coming out with Lourdes, except they're switching Ned over to the Echo off of the Hanzo. Don't really need that much sniper presence, as just getting the value out of Echo might be more. Biz just walking straight out the spawn doors, no fear. Takes a jump shot, looks like found a headshot to Hades. Biz just tearing apart the backline of Marietta, and the deadly Zenyatta strikes again, taking down 1, taking down 2. This 2 opening picks from the Zenyatta. Azrael finds a counterpart, but Marietta quickly losing more members, Brimstone falling as well. Hades switching over to the Sigma, but it really isn't going to matter too much, as they'd have to get back immediately. Azadel and Neptune falling, questionably really the only person left for Marietta. He's going to be quickly taken out himself, and it's going to be a question of if Marietta can even touch here. Looking like they're getting somebody in position to potentially contest, but it's only one person. It's the Sigma. Not much you can do against that beam with the E, and Marietta going to quickly lose this second map.
Yeah, they pushed Marietta off. They got the team kill, unofficial team kill. It was enough to push them far enough away that they were just able to bring the payload into spot. And since they had a very dominating defense in the first round, they didn't have to go very far to take this map.
Widowmaker play of the game. You give a Widow Junkertown and she's gonna pop off. Clearly that's what happened here. Able to take down the ulting soldier and immediately find the Mercy, who's potentially going for the res. Also did some damage to Hades there. Just absolutely 17 scoped critical hits. That is insane in such a short map. 60% scoped accuracy. Those are numbers that you don't want to see if you're Marietta.
Yeah, I know we mentioned that Lourdes had 4 threats, and what do you do about that? But yeah, I was just saying, we have to give credit also to Minoki on that Zenyatta. So Lourdes basically had 5 threats, and Marietta was not able to neutralize any of them in that game.
Yeah, and the Mercy is only really not a threat because Mercy is never really a threat unless you want to pull out the Glock and start shooting in your ultimate, like how Brimstone was doing there at one point. But Marietta just unable to get anything going on Junkertown. Next map is going to be Hybrid. Going to be interesting to see what they pull out here, as the usual picks are just going to be, like, they could pull out King's Row, but then the same thing happens there where first point is a sniper's paradise at some points, and if Marietta doesn't want to run the sniper, it doesn't make much sense to go there.
Then it's probably something either like Eichenwald or Blizzard World would be a more ideal choice if they don't want a sniper heavy. I would probably lean towards Blizzard World if they do not want snipers at all.
It's going to be King's Row coming out. Very interesting pick. Marietta just trying to get something on one of their most played maps, but it's also likely going to be one of Lourdes' most played maps as well. So every strength that Marietta has is just mirrored by a bigger strength than Lourdes. Just the more experienced team, the higher ranked team. Marietta going to have to pull out something to get first point here on King's Row, and after that, who knows?
Yeah, I agree. I think Marietta requested a small break just to get things ready and refocused for this. So I think we'll just take a small break ourselves. So we should be back in probably just a few minutes. And as soon as the teams are ready, we'll be ready. So we'll go and take that break. So we're at match point for Lourdes. Don't go away. We'll be back in just a minute. right, that was a very short break because Marietta says that they're ready. Lourdes says they're ready, so that means we're ready. Which side was who? I didn't see.
Entering King's Row.
Oh yeah, so Mary's red. Okay, I want to make sure I press the right button so I have the right people on the right sides. Yeah. Yeah, no, that choke point is going to be a problem for the Pioneers. Although, right now, we don't really see any snipers coming from Lourdes. But to be fair, we don't see it from Marietta either.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Oh,
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
So let's see here. Teleporter is up. Well, it was up. Yeah. I think Marietta went with a high risk, high reward with this comp because they have questionably on DPS, which is not something he's very comfortable with. If he's not playing tank, he usually would rather play something like support. So I think they were going to try to do the Symmetra play. It didn't work, and now they really don't have much to fall back on. And that was a good play by the Ned. I'm calling him Ned. Great play by Ned on Junkrat. Pull out the tire and just wait very patiently at the wall. Almost, I was thinking for a second, like, is he just going to let that tire expire? But then pulls out the last second and takes out two of the Pioneers. And not only get a copy, but actually get value from the ult. So he has to make sure he gets the copy and builds up the ult charge quick enough to throw that ult. Otherwise, it's not going to be very effective. Now they got 30 seconds. They got to pop everything to move forward. Bob gets popped out. Shadow Dragon gets taken out before he uses his ult.
Into the unknown.
Score 0.
And once again, it just shows the dominating performance by Lourdes and how coordinated they were able to pick off targets one by one.
Initiating match. Ready for battle. Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
No, they have plenty of time to get one tick mark. So even if they lost like the first team fight or even the second one, they just have to just be patient, and it wouldn't take much necessarily for them to take that point. But they might take it after this first team fight, so we'll see what happens. I think Lourdes was changing. They were changing some comp a little bit, so I think they were just taking some time to reset the comp with exactly what they want. And we're getting the early hook there by Majin.
Victory. Play of the game.
This has to be that Riptide we were talking about earlier. Yeah.
Triple.
And once again, just a very, very strong performance there by Lourdes. So Marietta will fall to that. We knew Lourdes was a very good team. We saw that last week, so no surprises for this match. So that will be it for us today. So just as a schedule reminder, in fact, I'll put the schedule up here before I forget, because we still have a lot of esports coming to you this week. So tomorrow, our Rocket League team will be going up against Lourdes University at 8 o'clock. Thursday, our Overwatch team will be back playing against Milwaukee School of Engineering, also a very good esports program. And then Friday, Marietta will play against Muskingum University, so another rematch for the Overwatch team. They did beat Muskingum earlier this year, and we'll see if they're able to hit 2-0 against the Muskies. And then Saturday is a huge day for the esports program because it is our postseason play for the Great Lakes Esports Conference. So our Rocket League and Overwatch team will be playing in consolation brackets. So they'll play against Ohio Northern and Rocket League at 11 a.m. And then Overwatch will be playing against Tiffin, another rematch, which will be at noon. And then at 1 o'clock, our League of Legends team will be playing in semifinal conference match against Trine University, another rematch for the Pioneers. I don't think we beat Tiffin. No, that was a close one, but Tiffin did edge out at the very end. So I'm hoping that Marietta will be able to learn from that matchup. I think they came a little unprepared, not knowing exactly what Tiffin was going to throw at them. But now that they know exactly what Tiffin's capable of, I think we'll see a completely different game than the last time.
General, gonna be an interesting week of matches here.
Yep. All right. So that will be it for us today. So once again, thank you so much for watching, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.